Welcome back to the Summer Cup 2017. We do apologize there. We did seem to have a bit of a gremlin. Not sure how much you caught of what I was saying earlier, so we are going to start from scratch. As I mentioned earlier, we have to give a big shout out for the stream happening because of Paintball Shop Centurion and Planet Eclipse sponsoring this semi-final and final feed, obviously being very useful. They bring it all to all of you around the country who are watching. At the moment, we are in Division 4 5-man finals and first and second and third and fourth playoffs. XO, Project and Saber going into third and fourth playoffs, and Sin and Double Tap fighting for 1 and 2. Now remember, we have Division 4 5-man, then the next set will be Division 3 finals, then finally Champions D2 finals. The last 3 sets of the day. So exciting stuff here. Dynamics and Reaper duking out to a very interesting playoff right there, where it was microseconds difference between the two, reaching overtime. The excitement you would have been... Anyway, I'm not going to go any further. We are waiting on head referee Byron van Staden to get us going. Remember, this is XO Project and Saber. XO Project coming left to right.
10 seconds.
XO Project playing in a few different jerseys there, while Saber looking in the dark green. They have a Snake 1 player up. XO playing a bit calmer, no big rush there, nothing too serious happening. Everyone playing. Remember, this is for a third and fourth playoff here. This is for the bronze medal or the thanks for coming handshake. A big difference between the two, even if it's just bragging rights at the end of the day. Remember, this is also Mercy 2, not Mercy 4 games. So it is the first to 2, not to win by 2, not win by 4. Also only 6 minutes per game and not 10 like in Mercy 4. So far, I've yet to actually see someone leave the field being eliminated. This kind of gritty survival attitude would make Bear Grylls proud. XO Project playing a Snake 2 wings. Saber, Snake 2 wings. A bit of Dorito action at the moment as well. Dorito 2 being used by XO. Still have yet to see someone being eliminated by either side. XO player gets cleared by the referee. Dorito 3 in action now on XO Project side. A lot of paint at the moment. Still yet to see a body leave the field. The Snake side hotting up right here, right in front of the commentary box. Saber losing their first player by the looks of things. They do have that right side Snake bunker, but XO Project isn't aware of it. No, he's been hit. Saber out. Another player out on Saber. Looks like XO Project will take the way. From no one being eliminated whatsoever, almost 4 or 5 players straight off the bat. No penalty there. XO Project taking their time, moving up. There's no one left on the Saber field. The XO player who did. Towel thrown. Towel thrown.
30 seconds.
This buzzer behind my ear. Towel thrown in by Saber. XO Project take the first point, 1-0. Now the big final. The big final. That is Sin vs Double Tap. Division 4 5-man. Sin left to right.
10 seconds.
Sin playing left to right, Double Tap right to left. Sin with a bit of pink in their jerseys, Double Tap mainly blue with a touch of red. Tiny there at that back temple bunker. A lot of paint being thrown down the range at each other here. So far I've only seen one Double Tap player being taken out. Remember, this is a final play here in Mercy 2, not Mercy 4. Double Tap moving into Snake 1, losing another player. No, it's a pod player that's been running around the background, almost getting annihilated there. He's running around in a bit of a wife beater, maybe losing a dare there off the field to have to do that on the field. A lot of paint being sprayed here. Remember, this is Division 4 5-man, so it is Mercy 2. This is the first and second playoff possession here. Sin do lose a play on the far left. I do see that. It looks like it came from the Dorito side. Sin lose their 50-yard man. Middle war down. Lots of communication from this double tap player. Yellow card on Tiny for double tap. Not good there. Loses one. Loses two players straight off the bat there. Giving Sin an advantage. Double tap cannot be giving away cards here. Double tap does have the 50 up and then a Dorito player going. Oh, interesting. Oh, double tap lose their 50 wall man. It looks like the gun advantage is definitely in Sin's favor here. They have more men on the field. I'm not seeing the other double tap player because he just got eliminated on the Dorito side. Sin can move up. There isn't a double tap player left on the field. Sin sprinting up to go hit that buzzer and grab that point. Sin grabbed their first point of the finals, leading 1-0. Remember, it's Mercy 2. Double tap having to make a plan here on their next approach. We're waiting for confirmation for XO and Saber to take the field. Saber will be breaking left to right and XO right to left. Saber starting with 4. A player.
30 seconds.
Brian McCarthy is going to kick himself tonight. He walked on the field before the point was confirmed, meaning Saber walks in with 4.
20 seconds.
Going down 1-0 in their first match, they cannot afford that. That is silly, silly mistakes to happen. How are you going to do that in a final for a bronze medal position?
10 seconds.
Saber left to right. Exo Project right to left. Exo Project throwing someone right up to the 50. So do Saber. Saber have Snake 2 wings on the left side furthest bunker. Another pod player running around with a wife beater on the far side there. These people are stupid, man. There's a good game going on at the moment. Snake 54. Saber. Exo Project that Snake 2 wins a bit of, and Dorito 3. Now Dorito 4. No call yet. Exo Project firmly in the front seat. Saber lose a far Dorito player there. Saber tries to get aggressive. Does take the 50 man, but then gets taken out by the Dorito. A huge advantage for the moment for Exo Project. Saber on his knees, sliding beautifully into the second wings place there on Snake. It was a hell of a slide though. So there's 2 in Snake here, but he's running straight to the wall. He needs to balance that field out. A big exchange here. Oh, and Exo Project win that Snake exchange. Saber losing another player, and he's out. Exo Project not knowing what to do. They have lost a play on that Dorito side. They still do have a few players available. No one is still alive on the side of Saber. Saber look like they're going to take 4th position. Saber taking 4th. Exo Project walking up to hit the buzzer. Gonna take 3rd position, playing very well. An absolute whitewash in this Division 4 5-man. Great play. Head ref Brian van Staden shouting at the pit players for getting on the field too early there. An Exo player running up. He was the furthest back bunker player, so feeling he might be the cleanest to hit. There's that buzzer. Now they're going to check them. That means Exo Project will take 3rd place with Saber, unfortunately, taking 4th. Not a great game for Saber. We have seen them play a lot better. Now, Sin versus Double Tap. Double tap left to right. Sin right to left. Sin
30 seconds.
Sin leading 1-0. Players are allowed to enter the field now because the point was approved, which Saber did earlier in the previous round. How in a playoff game are you going to walk on early? Silly, silly errors.
10 seconds.
Sin playing right to left. Remember, this is for a 1st and 2nd position. A Sin player checks his chest. He is clear. No white there. The ref was watching very tightly there. excuse me, my voice, double tap left to right at the moment. So far, I've yet to see anyone leave the field. No eliminations. Remember, this is for gold and silver, respectively, in the Division 4 5-man. This is a big game here right at the moment. Double tap, have a player down in Snake 1. Sin, have a player down in Snake 2. A temple and a can side bunk at the back. Sin, put a player up in Dorito 3. They've also got the furthest Dorito side is double tap on the far side. Player called out for double tap. Sin player caught out, takes it, wears it in his forehead. If it wasn't for his mask, he would look like a recorder. Double tap player being called out in Snake 1. At the moment, Sin playing right to left. There's 2 players on the 50 for each respective team. This is going to be great. Can Sin bring us home? They are on the right-hand side of your screen. Player called out on double tap side at the far Dorito side. Sin do have the current advantage. They do have a gun advantage at the moment. Double tap trying to communicate as possible. Player called out. Yellow flag on the Sin side. Sin has to lose a player. It's going to turn into a red. A red on a Sin player. Sin lose all their players. Point straight across. There was a yellow flag on a Sin player that then converted into a red when Ace kept playing. Not what can happen at the moment. Double tap is going to walk right on up. He cannot believe his own luck. He doesn't know what happened. He is walking up. He wants to go touch the boat, or the point goes straight across. Point approved. It was double checked. That means double tap and Sin now drawed up 1-1. This final Division 4 5-man getting really hot. I'm going to take a quick breather. We will be back when the 30-second counter comes down. Do not go anywhere for this Division 4 5-man final play, if not the final round in the game.
Invincible.
30 seconds.
Yeah, they do. Wait for 30. Welcome back to Super Cup 2017 right here. We are in big business at the
20
moment.
20 seconds.
20 seconds left. Sin and double tap tied. Sin throwing away some points there. They really are. They're starting with 4, not 5 because of that red flag.
10 seconds.
Sin taking the first point, so if double tap do manage to win this, they're coming from a point down to then win 2-1. Sin playing with 4, we must be remembered, no one going dead off the break, straight off, no one eliminated off the break rather, so it's a 5-4 gun advantage to double tap right to left. This final is really hotting up, so much to talk about. There I see Sin's lost the play on the far Dorito side, double tap, not losing anyone just yet. A lot of paint being thrown down at Sin. They really are. 5-3 advantage. Double tap, move up into the snake 1. Player called on the double tap side. No yellow flag though, so it's a 4-3 advantage by the looks of things. to double tap. Remember, Sin did take the lead here. It is 1-1 in this first second playoff Division 4 5-man. We have to give a shout out to all our sponsors as well for the semi-final and final stream. Planet Eclipse and Paintball Shop Centurion, making sure that this stream reaches your homes perfectly. No change of position or change of personnel on the field just yet. A Sin player moves up to Dorito 1 on that far side. Double tap moves up to that wing snake 2 position. No one called. Sin player called out on the snake side. That means there's only 2 left on Sin. Then has to something amazing has to happen here. Double tap, keeping the head. There's the 60-second call. Remember, it is a 1-1. If Sin can survive the 60 seconds, it will go into overtime. If they can't, though, and the point gets given here, straight off double tap, hearing that 60-second call, pushing men up aggressively. Hopefully it doesn't cost them. Some paint in the commentary box. Double tap, lose the player.
Towel.
Towel thrown in.
Point approved. 2 minutes.
Point approved. The towel has been thrown in. Sin threw in the towel, meaning that double tap are your new Division 4 5-man champions, taking first place there, winning 2-1. To be honest, there's still time. Sorry, I do apologize. 43 seconds left on the clock, so Sin trying a different tactic there, trying to come back and force the overtime. I do apologize for that. I didn't have the screen in front of me there. So Sin calling the towel, giving up the point to try and force the overtime, because they will be able to start with 5 in the next round, double tap as well. Remember, the sides will switch at the moment though, so Sin will be coming right to left and double tap left to right. These finals are just too much at the moment. Amazing on this sunny Sunday in Vanderbijl Park.
1 minute.
There is a 1-minute timer. They're getting very, very close. I cannot believe how close these games are getting. Since the Dynamics Reaper semi-final, these games are just hotting up.
seconds.
Welcome back to your Super Cup 2017. My name is Adam Zawada. Double tap coming left to right, Sin right to left. There is 43 seconds left on this clock. Sin at 1-2, the current score to double tap. These infractions really hurting the teams at the moment. 43 seconds to take first.
10 seconds.
Double tap left to right. Sin are going to have to be very aggressive. Player called out on the Sin side. He is called. He didn't carry on, so it isn't a yellow flag yet. Double tap. Lose a player on the left side. Snake corner bunker. Lots of paint being fired down. Yellow flag on double tap. This is the worst thing that could have happened for them with a lead going up. This is exactly what Sin wanted. Aggressive 2-man on the wall. They lose one from obviously the flag and another player. Tiny gets popped. He's going to. Tiny gets popped. Sin are running up, making sure. If they're careful, they'll wait until the 10 before they touch it. 14 seconds left. Make that 10, 9. They do need to touch the bunker. Nothing's happened yet. 3, 2, 1. No touch. Time up. Sin have thrown it away. Double tap win 2-1. Sin didn't hit the actual bunker. They didn't actually hit the base buzzer. Double tap win 2-1 with a big error from Sin. Sin never hit the bunker. The timer would have stopped. No timer stopped. Sin did so well to get overtime and then made a mistake. That means double tap are your Division 4-5 champions. Time run up, double tap win. They avoid overtime. Sin making a costly error, not keeping eye on the time and focusing. Double tap are your new champions. If you can look at double tap, they are completely celebrating. They are so happy that they've done this. Absolutely amazing. They are beyond jubilant. First place Division 4-5 champions. I have goosebumps and we're not even at the big games yet. Not sure what Sin was thinking. We are going to try and find out. I will go into that pit to find out what happened with Sin and I will get back to you on your next set. Your next set though, moving on. You can still hear double tap in the background. They are ecstatic at the moment. Remember, we are going to Mercy 4 now, not Mercy 2. Wolverines SA versus Reaper Kids. Critical versus PBOD on Challenges D3 is your next set. I'm going to take a breather. Double tap still going absolutely chaos in the utter background there. Some great shots, I'm sure, being taken by Nick, our cameraman. Well done to double tap on first. Sin taking second will be absolutely kicking themselves. Some big drama in the Division 4-5, man. My name is Adam Zawada. I'm going to take a quick breather as we set up our next set. Bye for now.
possible.
welcome back to Super Cup 2017 right here from Thunderbale Park, the Emerald Resort and Casino. Wow, much controversy. What have we learned on the day today is that you must trust the electricity because it is faster than you. The buzz is giving a bit of controversy here, but yet always working firm and not being a problem there. The previous game you just witnessed was Double Tap versus Sin. A big yellow flag infringement on Double Tap in the dying seconds, and Sin eliminating all the players and then running up and not hitting the buzzer. I did speak to some of them. They said they did hit the buzzer, but clearly not properly. In the previous semi-final before that, Reaper versus Dynamics, it was a straight-on sprint between the two separate players to hit the buzzer, and Dynamics beat them to the punch. Obviously, the system here tells which buzzer gets hit first. We can tell immediately what happened, but that is clearly not the case today. What with us going forward is challenges D3. We have Wolverines versus Reaper Kids in your third and fourth playoff. I don't know why I paused there for no apparent reason whatsoever. As I mentioned, Reaper Kids versus Wolverines SA in your third and fourth playoff. And then you have Critical versus PBOD on challenges D3 side. Now we need to remember though, we are moving away from Mercy 2 into Mercy 4, meaning that each round is 10 minutes long and you have to win by 4 points to take that. So we're going to take a quick breather as the refs get ready. We are ready on our side, so we will take it from there and then move forward. Head ref Byron van Staden just checking everything around the field in the last two checkups around to make sure that everything is right. My name is Adam Zawada. It's a pleasure to come to you on this Sunday through your ear holes on Facebook Live. Don't go anywhere as we hit the third and fourth playoffs, then the finals of Challenges D3. Wolverines will be breaking left from right and Reaper Kids right from left. We do now seem to have some gremlins with camera changes. We thought they were done. Clearly there does seem to be something wrong. There's a link connection issue at the moment. So we're trying to rush it up. We are trying to beat the weather. There is a bit of stormy looking weather on the other side behind the commentary box at the moment. So once we get going, Byron van Staden, the head ref for today's match, will take us away.
seconds.
Your third and fourth playoff of the Challengers D3 games here. Wolverines SA left to right, Reaper Kids right to left. A lot of paint being exchanged here at the moment. We're going to have to see what happens. A referee running all the way around to call out a player, or not to call him out, rather check him first. If he hasn't found any paint yet, I doubt he'll find any going forward. No one's dropped from either side as far as I can tell at the moment. No positional changes on either side yet either. Wolverines players moving into Snake 1. They also have the left Snake corner under wraps. Reaper in Snake 2 wings. Not much team movement at the moment. Still yet to see someone drop on either side. Very gritty. Bear Grylls as a survivalist would be proud of these players. Protecting the eliminations and making sure they're not getting eliminated themselves. Remember, this is for a third and fourth playoff. We are playing Mercy 4, not Mercy 2. For those who don't know what that is, it means, oh, paint coming in the commentary section. I'm putting on my sunnies. I'm going to eat some paint soon at this rate. Oh, Dorito gets hit. There's a big issue here. Getting called across. Red flag infringement on Wolverines. Pulls 1. Pulls 2. Reaper child at Snake 50 gets hit. Reaper Kid up at the Dorito side. Wolverines now have to play very defensively. That red flag infringement, not what they wanted or needed. Oh, big Reaper Kids 2-on-1 coming in at them. Losing one, but the other one good. Reaper Kids should go hit that buzzer. I don't know what people were complaining about. You see, the buzzer works every time, but God forbid it doesn't work when they try it, when there's a bit of pressure. Reaper Kids getting checked there. The refs clearly making the correct calls. The first point going Reaper. Now, another big matchup coming up in your Challengers D3. This is going to be very important, obviously, is because this one is for 1 and 2. That will be critical going left to...
30 seconds.
Will be critical left to right and PPOD right to left. PPOD in pink or purple rather, and critical
20 seconds.
In a red and white. Now this is the playoff, PPOD and critical. Looking like the teams to beat all weekend.
10 seconds.
Here's your break. Critical going straight to Dorito 1. PPOD playing a player all the way to the 50 mark. Remember, this is your first and 2's playoff. No change of position just yet. No player being eliminated off the break. As these finals going up, you can really see how the players are making sure to stay alive, obviously giving themselves and their teams the best chance to grab any and all points that are available on the market. The points here at Super Cup having more value than Bitcoin at the moment, I can't imagine. PPOD's communication very great. Still no change of position or personnel. Paint was very freely thrown down the range, but nothing so much at the moment. They'll want to make sure they don't throw any paint away for now, because if they are going to play a patient game where they eat time, the use of paint is going to be very important. PPOD communicating well. They still have that man on the 50. He hasn't thrown paint in a while, so people might forget he's there if he's very careful about it. Still no change in personnel. No change in positions either. Both teams playing very defensively and retaining those eliminations. Clearly the better play at the moment. It does mean that not a lot of movement happening on the field at a time. Or critical player does make his bunker, if barely. PPOD Wallman will be very angry that he gave away his position without taking someone with him. Now also critical moving into the Snake 1. PPOD taking their time more, not really phased. They do move a player into the right-hand snake bunker. The wall player is still involved for PPOD. Critical moving a player into snake 2 position. The Dorito side seeing some action. Critical player lost. The first personnel player lost for the day. So 5-4 gun advantage for PPOD at the moment. Remember, PPOD in purple playing right to left, critical left to right. This game going a bit slower than the previous one, but obviously both teams wanting to be very careful and make sure, not wanting to make any silly mistakes. And there has been a fair share of mistakes today that have not just cost points, but whole games, if not the overtime, and even whole positions. The 50 player edging out there a little bit. A very slow 5-man game happening here. That 50-man walking out. He doesn't know the snake. There he is. Snake 2 pulls the 50-man player. Critical does exchange with him. So PPOD does make sure another player's out as well. Then their left side snake bunker also called. So now PPOD with an advantage, moving a body straight up to snake 2 within the wings there. Meaning PPOD does have an advantage going forward here. Their communication is better. Just looks like the Dorito player for critical at the moment. I think there are 2 on that side of the field though. Great PPOD communication, constantly talking, constantly explaining where critical is. That's the communication. It differentiates the good from the great teams. The ones that are in the finals to the ones that didn't get through the prelims. You can always tell which teams communicate better than others. PPOD have moved a player up to the 50 again, even after losing one after that exchange. Clearly wanting the field domination there. Moving one into snake 52. Remember, critical does have that Dorito 1 player. There should be some paint coming our way soon. No change of personnel so far. PPOD have slowly made their way up the field. The time at the moment, 5 minutes for the first round. They've almost played up half their time. So not high scoring rounds, but most definitely a lot of focus in this playoff of Challengers D3. They're really going to be wanting that gold. Which team takes it though is a different question, or a different answer rather. Constantly still just hearing PPOD talk. Still that Dorito 1 player. Critical losing the rocket kill. There is only the T-back player, PPOD. Towel thrown in by Critical, trying to save as much time there. They thought with the 2 players they could maybe pull something off, but no, not quite there. Your next play up will be Reaper versus Wolverine.
20 seconds.
The current score 1-0 to Reaper. Wolverines not happy about that. I'm sure they'll want to come back with a bit of aggression and make something happen there.
10 seconds.
There we go, Reaper left to right in red, Wolverines in that darker green. I don't see any personnel being eliminated off the break. These higher leagues just show no players getting called on the Reaper side. Is there a player on Wolverines getting checked? Yes, Reaper does. Reaper, big run, big exchanges, lots of paints, big exchanges. Loses 1, loses 2. Wolverines have lost 2, Reaper have lost 1. Yellow flag on Wolverines. They've lost 2 more, meaning there's only 1 player left. It looks like it was Andres on that Dorito side who did get that yellow flag infraction. Not great. This means that Wolverines will go 2-0 down by the looks of things, unless there is a great individual performance by the Wolverines player. Critical at the moment, I think, having 2 or 3 players at the moment, if not 4. Base touch by a critical by a Reaper player on that far side. If he gets checked and cleared, that's 2-0 to Reaper. Wolverines will be kicking themselves that yellow infraction cost them. PBOD starting 4. It is happening again. How? Players,
30 seconds.
can you do this? A
Timeout.
PPOD player walks on the field before the point was confirmed, meaning they start with 4. In a first and second playoff in your division, this is the 4th time I've counted just today. This is ridiculous. Where is the experience? Where? There is a current timeout being called, if I did hear correctly. Timeout taken by PPOD. They're going to have to readjust all their tactics, all their plans now, because some muppet didn't look where he was putting his feet. I'm going to take a
1 minute.
I'm going to take a breather until the 20-second countdown. Don't go anywhere as PPOD and Critical duke it out for first and second. Welcome back to Super Cup 2017. PPOD having to take a timeout to change their tactics, starting with 4.
10 seconds.
Reaper Kids coming right to left, looking very positive there, knowing they have the upper advantage. PPOD throws that left-hand snake corner. Also throws man still up to the 50, so they're playing a Dorito player, a left snake corner, the 50. Not sure where their 4th is. No one off the break. Elimination there. Finally, PPOD loses 1, loses 2. Loses 1, loses 2. A PPOD player walking in front, wearing one in the mask. He is going to be tasting a lot of pain. PPOD loses 3. There's only 1 player left for PPOD. I'm not sure which bunker is behind it. Looks like the can side, on the back can side bunker. Reaper Kids loses another player. PPOD are eliminated. That mask is not black, it is only yellow, and that's because it took a lot of face to the paint. I mean, a lot of paint to the face. Reaper Kids taking their time now. The Canes score there 2-0. Wolverines getting more and more. I'm confusing my life at the moment. Wow, sorry. Critical taking out PPOD, meaning that they will take that score 1-1. Base called. We have to wait for that confirmation. Critical tying it up 1-1. There's still lots of time left. 3 minutes 27 seconds.
Point approved. 30 seconds.
Point approved for Critical. That means they're tying it up there 1-1 with PPOD. PPOD through a silly mistake,
20
taking a player off the field, meaning they're starting with 4 because they entered the field too early. Wolverines versus Reaper Kids. Reaper Kids leading 2-0. Here's your 10-second count.
10 seconds.
Wolverines breaking left to right, some aggression being shown, making it all the way to Dorito 4. I can't see if he was hit off the break though. Reaper Kids being calmer though, doing the opposite often of what the first Reaper side does. Still no one lost off the break. Remember, Wolverines and Reaper Kids playing for 3rd and 4th position here. Bragging rights or none whatsoever. Wolverines loses a Dorito player on the far side. Reaper Kids have 2 in their temple, taking an extremely defensive stance. Remember, there are 6 minutes left to be played. Remember, it is Mercy 4, so you have to win by 4 to win the game outright. Wolverines lose a 2nd player. Reaper Kids have lost a player on their far Dorito side. Moving up slowly though now. Wolverines communicating really well, but not enough bodies at this stage to do anything about it, I feel. Reaper Kids throws the right hand side Snake bunker and Snake 2 wings at the moment. They've also got a few Dorito players there. Player out on Wolverines. Meaning Wolverines only have 1 or 2 left as far as my knowledge goes in this. Reaper Kids still looking quite comfortable.
Towel.
Point thrown in. I'm almost 100% sure that it was by
Point
Wolverines.
approved.
Yes, point
30
approved.
seconds.
Meaning Reaper going 3-0 up. Wolverines trying to save as much time to try and make a comeback at the Reaper Kids. You're now going
20 seconds.
3 minutes 20 seconds left in Critical versus PPOD. Critical in red and white, left to right. PPOD right to left in purple. Here's your 10-second countdown.
10 seconds.
As far as I can tell, none lost off the break just yet. PPOD and Critical throw people up at the wall each. A ref runs in to check that PPOD player. Still no one off the break. Personnel still 5v5 out here at Summit Cup, Super Cup 2017. Lots of paint being thrown down at the moment. Remember, not as much time left in this game. Just shy of 3 minutes. PPOD lose their wall player. So do Critical. So now Critical and PPOD mirroring each other across the back of the field with a Temple and the can side bunker, both having that same bunker. There is a Critical player on Dorito 1 as well as on PPOD Dorito 1. Both teams very much reflecting each other's play style here. Almost same tactics, same bunkers, but on opposite ends of the field. Critical have moved a player into that left-hand snake side bunker. Critical lose a player on that first Dorito 1. Called out by the referee on the far side. Yellow flag on Critical. This is not what they wanted at this time. If maybe they should consider throwing in the towel. They have to pull out 2. So it's 2 players left on Critical on this near side. PPOD lose a player. They've got the wall and Dorito 3. Is it the only 2 left there? Big exchange there between PPOD and Critical. That means it looks like we might be Critical throw the point. PPOD go 2-1 up at the moment with 1 minute 45 seconds. That's for that first and second playoff. Very interesting there.
20 seconds.
Wolverines versus Reaper Kids. Reaper Kids leading 3-0. If they win this next point, they whitewash a 3rd and 4th playoff position to take 3rd.
10 seconds.
Reaper Kids breaking left to right. Wolverines coming out. They've had some infractions. They've been getting caught often behind their safer bunkers. Not something they want. They need to start picking up their game there. Still 3-0 to Reaper Kids. Reaper Kids loses 1. As you can hear in the background, a lot of paint being exchanged there. Wolverines not losing the player yet by the looks of it, meaning they do have a bit of an advantage. Not hearing much communication. Reaper Kids playing very defensively. They had 2 at the Temple, both then breaking up, 1 Dorito side, 1 Snake side, into those far back corners respectively. Wolverines have lost Bobby Walmsley, I think is how you pronounce his surname. He was out on the far side there. A referee checks a Reaper Kids player. I see a Wolverines player leaving on the far side as well. Another Reaper Kids player leaving. It seems, and 4th Wolverines player left. That means there's only 2 left. 3 Wolverines players leaving that field, 2 left. There is back left for Reaper Kids and a Dorito 1 on the far side. Wolverine player gets picked up. Critical have 2 on the Dorito side, 1 at the wall. Wolverines are knocked out. all eliminated. Wolverines have been eliminated in this third and fourth playoff, allowing Reaper Kids to go up, take the point. Reaper Kids winning 4-0 in the third and fourth playoff. Reaper Kids are third place. Reaper Kids, after the confirmation of the point, will be your third place challenger Div 3 bronze medalists.
Point approved. 30 seconds. Twenty seconds. 10 seconds.
PPOD breaking left to right in that purple, Critical in the red and white. Both teams throwing a player up to that 50 wall. Remember, PPOD leading 2-1 at the moment with only a minute 35 here. Critical have to pull something out here to try and force the overtime tie. Remember, your third and fourth positions have been decided in Challenger Div 3. Reaper Kids coming third, Wolverines coming fourth. Now on some of the bigger playoffs, by bigger playoffs I mean first and second, go big or go home, people always tell you. PPOD lose their wall, man. I haven't seen any critical players drop at the moment. There's your 60-second mark. PPOD just need to survive. They just need to stay alive long enough. Critical moving up to Dorito 1. Make that Dorito 3 as well. They've got 4 on the field that I can tell. They might have a 5th hiding from me. PPOD just need to survive. They've got all 3 back bunkers on lockdown. Not moving out from there. PPOD lose another player on that far side. 3 alive there against 4 critical. Critical lose 1, so it's 3v3. PPOD just need to survive. 28 seconds on the clock. Will PPOD be your new Challengers Div 3 champions, or will it be Critical? Critical exchanging on the far side. He takes 1, takes 2 PPOD. Then he's out himself. There's 1 PPOD player left. Bang! Great play by Critical. He exchanged on that far Dorito side, came back, took all 3 down the line, squared PPOD up, taking 3 players out. What an individual performance by Critical. Great play there, meaning they tied it up 3-3. Sorry, not 3-3, 2-2 with 13 seconds left, which they have to play because it's over 10 seconds. I doubt there will be a point in 13 seconds, but something can happen. This point has to be confirmed, though. Then it looks like there's going to be more overtime for our finals. Welcome back to Super Cup 2017. Critical drawing it up with 13 seconds left on the clock. 2-2. Your 10-second countdown starts.
10 seconds.
There it is, PPOD braking aggressively, one off the brake. He does check himself, but let's see if the ref gets involved. They do go check him. They do have a man on the 50 walls. Critical, lose one. Not enough happening in the short time. Game time finished right here at the Super Cup 2017. This means overtime for PPOD.
4 points.
And
2 minutes.
Same side, so PPOD right to left, Critical left to right. There's going to be a 2-minute break. This is an overtime to determine who will be your challengers, Division 3 champions, PPOD or Critical.
Seconds.
Critical braking left from right. Player down off the start. This is not good for Critical. Player called. Head ref calls it. Lucky to not get a yellow card. Critical loses 1, 2, 3, 4 players. What? There's too many players of Critical leaving the field. I'm so confused. Not sure what's happening here. It seems that there is a penalty now on PPOD as well. There's 2 leaving the field. Remember, this is an overtime game between the two. Whoever wins this round comes first in challenges Div 3. Player out on Critical. The PPOD wallman doing very well there. There was so much chaos off in the beginning. I don't know how many people are left whatsoever. I think there might only be 1 left on Critical. PPOD with 2, 3. Looks like it should be PPOD's point, but we've seen bigger things and scarier things happen in Paintball. Critical in that D corner position on the far left of the field. PPOD with 3 players. And he gets hit. Critical player out on that D corner. PPOD talking, there's lots of time left, no rush, so they are going to ease their way up. Looking, and PPOD will hit the buzzer. This point needs to be confirmed, and if it is, PPOD are your new challenger, Division 3 champions. Very good. Both PPOD and Critical looking like the teams to beat all weekend. Let's wait for that confirmation.
Point approved.
Point approved. Point approved. PPOD running on the field to give some big high fives. They are ecstatic to come first today. What a game. Our cameraman Nick coming in there to see how they're celebrating. There's even a player who fell over a bunker from PPOD, hurting himself. Now finally making their way into the team huddle there. Well done, PPOD. Our next set beginning will be the champions D2. Obviously the bunk is just going to get wiped down because these things get super serious in the final moments. The next set will be Reaper versus Patriots and Team Dynamics versus Brutal Affliction. Reaper and Patriots playing for 3rd and 4th position. Dynamics and Brutal Affliction playing for that gold medal. Well done though, PPOD, your new champions of Super Cup for Challengers Division 3. We're going to take a breather as the next set gets up. My name is Adam Zawada. Don't go anywhere. Super Cup 2017 on this Sunday, still rolling strong. Welcome back to Super Cup 2017, coming to you live on your Facebook. Beyond that, at the Emerald Resort and Casino right here in Vanderbijl Park. It's been a beautiful Sunday. I've spent way too much time in the sun. My trucker tan is very serious at the moment, if only you could see it. But we're into the last set of the tournament. It is the Champions D2 division. Very, very interesting thing. Reaper are playing Team Patriots. Remember, Reaper were very unlucky to not make the finals, making a 3-point comeback against Team Dynamics, forcing it into overtime, and then just one fumble on the buzzer, costing them there, letting Team Dynamics go through to the finals. Now, this is your third and fourth playoff right here. So Reaper will be pushing to get that third position and try and beat Team Patriots for the fourth. We are going to take a quick breather. The last refs are just chronoing the guns and making sure everything's right on the field, scraping some bunkers, cleaning it all up. Do not go anywhere. The action will be coming to you live. My name is Adam Zawada, and we will be right back. There is your Champions Division set, third and fourth playoff break right there. Remember, Reaper does have a bit of a crowd following here today, so you should hear them in the background. They're making it so far today is very impressive. They've been a very up and down team, but played very well. When they've won points, they've won them the fastest out of the majority of the teams, and generally just been very good paintball players all round. Credit where credit is due. This should be an interesting matchup of the fact that they tend to be a very aggressive side compared to Team Patriots, who tends to be a lot more defensive, taking their time, moving forward. As I mentioned, that there is an aggressive move up by a Patriot player. He does take out Alex Giardini on the wall there, himself going down as he runs past me. Lardy Ace is the player there going down on that exchange. A Reaper player moving up to the 50 snake, if not to the opposite side of the snake 2. No, he's staying on the snake 3, but on the other side of the 50. Patriots do have a Dorito that they should go down. Lots of paint in the promontory box. It's been a while since I've eaten paint since this morning, so this should be quite interesting. I've got my son in. I can't see anything. There's paint in my eyes. Give me 1 second. Reaper doing very well moving up. They're now playing defensively as well. Team Patriots at that temple and that rocket defensive tower. They have taken that Dorito one player out. Reaper moving up aggressive again. They do have the gun advantage and a huge field advantage at the moment. Reaper losing a player there. Patriots losing a player. There's a 2 set of Patriots players by the looks of it. A Reaper man on the 50 and on the snake 50. Does seem like a 2-on-2. The ref checking a Reaper player. More aggression from the Reapers going up for a big exchange. A double kill there for that Reaper exchange. Great play. Great play by Reaper. They do have the extra bodies after they hit the buzzer. No fumbled buzzer there, I noticed, but that's not the point. Well done, Reaper, taking the first point in their third and fourth playoff against Team Patriot. I love how these two teams are so different in style. It really is a very interesting way to see how this will pan out.
Seconds.
Here we have Team Dynamics breaking left to right and Brutal Affliction breaking right to left. Now remember, this is for Champions Division 2, first and second. Team Dynamics only beaten once in the prelims games by Reaper and then almost again in a Reaper playoff, but not quite. They have made it to the finals. They have lost the play on the left-hand side of the field. Brutal Affliction, 2 in their back. Temple have been checked. They take a defensive run, playing lots of paint at one another. Just checking if that right side. So Brutal, right side, Snake corner. Team Dynamics, left side, Snake corner as well. You can still hear a lot of paint being thrown down there, but no one moving aggressively up. Trying to balance it out at the moment. No positional changes here or changes personnel. As I mentioned, that a Dynamics player moves up to Snake 1. The one advantage that Team Dynamics seems to have over every team so far is their communication. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. I can hear Brutal Affliction communicating very well as well. That's very good on their part, meaning giving themselves every chance to take gold today at Champions Division 2. Snake, oh, Reaper. Not Reaper, sorry. Team Dynamics player at the Snake 2 wings takes one in the goggles. A Brutal Affliction player cleared at Snake 2. Dynamics do have the third Dorito, as do Brutal Affliction on their respective sides of their field. Dynamics playing a Snake 1 position, trying to throw some paint across the field.
Snake 1!
Not much paint being exchanged now. Brutal Affliction still playing defensively, as is Team Dynamics. Remember, they played Mercy 4, so time going down there at about the 8-minute mark. There's still 0-0 between the two teams. In the previous game, still 2 minutes played there. Reaper versus Patriots. Lots of time to be played there. Reaper going 1-0 up against Patriots in your 3rd and 4th division. But right now, live on your screen is Team Dynamics versus Brutal Affliction, duking it out for position 1 and 2. Who will be crowned champions in the last set of your Super Cup 2017? Some paint being exchanged on the Snake side over here. Brutal Affliction communicating well between the Temple and Snake 2 positions. Remember, Brutal still have that Dorito side as well. Dorito 1. Dynamics moving up into Dorito 1. So it looks like a fairly balanced 3-1 set up here at the moment. Sorry, what am I saying? 3-1 English, Adam. A 3-3 balance between both teams. Dynamics player hit, Brutal Affliction player hit. 2 Brutal Affliction player hit there from the Dorito side. You crowd voicing their agreement at both players getting exchanged there. That means 2 Dynamics players left, 2 Brutal Affliction. Unless, of course, they're hiding from you on the Dorito side, but it doesn't seem like that is the case at the moment. Nice little cute Dynamics hop there at that Snake 1 can, jumping up to try and get some different vision. The Dynamics player backing up, trying to open out, throwing some paint down to the Temple position. Brutal Affliction moves up from Snake 2 to the Snake 2 wings. Ooh, very close snap shooting. No one going down just yet. Well played, Brutal Affliction. They do get that Dorito Team Dynamic play across the map. He then immediately backs up to Snake 1. Less paint happening down at the moment though. Obviously time going away. Nice dodge there by the Brutal Affliction in Snake 1. Team Dynamics moving up into Snake 2. I do think he is alone at the moment. He is down at the moment. That Dynamics player going down.
Towel.
Towel thrown in. Brutal Affliction taking the first point in That a long field though, 5 minutes taken off the clock there. Team Patriots versus
20 seconds.
Reaper now. Reaper taking the first lead there. Reaper definitely going to be wanting to get that third position. Brutal Affliction voicing how happy they are at that point.
10 seconds.
A big break by Patriots and Reaper. Alex Giardini up to the 50. Patriots also have a 50 player. Patriots playing 2 on the temple, throwing extra paint down. It's paid off as Reaper have lost a break runner there. Patriots moving snake 1. Patriots have lost a player as well now. They do have this left side snake corner. Patriots moving up. A big exchange there. Reaper loses 1. Patriots loses 1. That's 2 for Reaper, 2 for Patriots. 3 for Reaper, a player leaving there. I didn't see where the hit came from. That's 2 left on Reaper's side at the moment. Patriots, I think, have 3 players currently on the field, so do have a gun advantage. Patriots player on the wall. Lots of time left to be played, so no reason to throw the towel in just yet. Doesn't seem like there's a Dorito player at the moment for Reaper. So Patriots could move up on this far side. Watching their paint, just a few shots being popped off at Team Patriot from Reaper. Remember, Reaper leading 1-0 at the moment. Reaper playing defensively now though. Not much happening to throw out here in this 3rd and 4th playoff. I am watching the field very closely. The players playing very defensively, not wanting to make a mistake by being overly aggressive or anything like that. Reaper player has moved out of that back bunker to Dorito 3. There we go. Reaper have lost their final last bunker player and their last Dorito player. So it does seem that Team Patriot can run up and get that buzzer, but we're not sure if they know if Reaper are eliminated at the moment. So they are being very cautious, not wanting to make any mistakes. That 50 wall Team Patriot player really paying off there. Great position to be in, attacking that Dorito player, and if not, that back bunker player. Patriots not moving up. They move a player up to Dorito 4. They haven't moved up yet. Between us viewers, ladies and gentlemen, there's no Reaper player. And finally, the Patriots do seem to realize it. Just double checking everything. And there they go for the buzzer. 5 minutes played. If the point is confirmed, Patriots draw 2-2. Next on the field is Brutal Affliction and Team Dynamics. Brutal Affliction in purple will be going left to right, whilst Team Dynamics right to left.
Point approved. 30 seconds. $20 seconds.
Let's go live. Here we go, the 10-second, 20. Oh, time has stopped by the head ref. Not quite sure why yet. Time should start soon. Remember, it is 1-0 to Brutal Affliction after winning a great point there. We should be kicking off right away. Why has time stopped? We are moving a bunker apparently. A bunker has come unclipped after 3 days of getting bombarded by paint moving at 300 feet per second. I'm pretty sure those bunkers are going to be on their last legs. And here we go.
10 seconds.
Brutal Brutal Affliction coming in from the left of your screen. Dynamics on the right. So far off the break, no player has been eliminated as far as I can tell here just yet. Remember that first round from Brutal Affliction and Dynamics took quite long. So even though only 1 point used, it's still only about 5 minutes left to play between the two teams. Ref running in to check a Brutal Affliction player. If he hasn't found the paint yet, he won't. That Brutal Affliction player cleared to play, throwing down paint again down the range. Team Dynamics not moving up, neither is Brutal Affliction at the moment though. Still have not seen anyone leave the field yet. So 5v5 looks like it's going to be a bit of a long, drawn-out battle at the moment. Obviously, watching your paint reserves becoming very important then if that is the case. Dynamics player moving from the temple to that Coke side rear bunker. There we have seen a Brutal Affliction player eliminated on the far Dorito side. Dynamics still looking like they're 5 strong at the moment though. No one moving on the snake side just yet. Dynamics communicating, but we cannot take away from Brutal's Affliction communication either at the moment. Really staying in the loop. Keeping each other cued in on everything. A referee runs in. Brutal Affliction player goes down on this near side by the snake side. Make that 2. Team Dynamics on the upper hand now, definitely. A Team Dynamics slides into snake 1, then the wings. Doesn't get picked off though. Obviously all those shots coming from the Dorito side. This Dynamics player, Dynamics player called out. Not Dynamics, sorry, Brutal Affliction. Dynamics rocking here with a 4 or 5 gun lead at the moment. Dorito, one player there, he's going to be pipped. Hasn't been called out just yet. Great play. The Dynamics players so in tune with each other, running through each other's lanes and still not shooting one another. Now Dynamics running up just to go hit that buzzer, meaning if it is confirmed it will be a 1-1 draw with 3 minutes on the line, which means that last point should be the decider. Coming on next to the field is Patriots and Reaper. Reaper 1, Patriots 1. 5 minutes left to play there for the 3rd and 4th playoff. The 1st and 2nd just as tight as any previous divisions, with Team Dynamics and Brutal Affliction duking it out. Brutal Affliction getting picked off, not staying alive.
30 seconds.
There is the point approval for Team Dynamics, making it 1 apiece. 3 minutes left on the clock. Moving on though, Reaper and Patriots.
20 seconds.
Also tied up there, 1 apiece, but lots more time to play, so anything could happen at the moment between these two teams.
10 seconds.
Reaper in red, breaking left to right. Alex Giardini, safe money up to the 50. Team Patriots staying back, playing defensive. No one lost off the break by the looks of it. Lots of paint being exchanged still. No one of either team being eliminated. This, I feel, is going to be another drawn out round, so to speak, for this point. No team wanting to make mistakes. Reaper does tend to play on the more aggressive side, which isn't necessarily a bad thing whatsoever. It's won them more points than it's lost, so you can say working for them as a strategy, but it does seem that they are trying to play a little more defensive. There, a Reaper player called out on Dorito 2 by the ref on the far side. Ref running in now to check the Patriots player on the 50 wall. Cleared. The ref does wear 3 in the ribs for his hard work. Reaper coming hard on that Dorito side. Takes 2 with him though, then finally getting eliminated himself. This is more Reaper's style. This is what's won them games in the past. Reaper sliding into Snake 2 and the 50 wall. There is a Dorito 1. There's a yellow flag thrown on Team Patriots side. 1 down, 2 down. Reaper eliminating all the Patriots out. The yellow flag is flashing.
Towel.
towel thrown in. That yellow flag infraction helping Reaper move up well. Very well
Point approved. 30 seconds.
Reaper 2-1 to Patriots, looking a bit firmer. 3 minutes 30. Next we have